What's up, guys? Welcome back. Let's go through the disclosures and disclaimers. So, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as investment advice or, strategies and tips and things like that. Do your own research. Investing is risky, blah, blah, blah. We're here just to have a good time. This is entertainment purposes. This is my thoughts, my opinions on matters. There may be some incorrect factual statements in the videos and so forth, yada, yada, yada. I am no legal expert or anything of that. But again, we're just shooting the shit, having fun on YouTube. Random dude posting random content. Position in the stock that we are about to talk about, CCIV, I do have call options, which means I want the stock to go up in value. So I am long CCIV. All right, with that stuff out of the way, if you are following CCIV, you've seen that today was an incredible day for the stock. $38, it opened up. $37, it opened up actually. And then it jumped all the way up to $53 at the high point, and it hovered right around the $52 mark to end out the day. An incredible day for CCIV. What happened? Why did this jump? Did they announce the merger today? Because if you know anything about CCIV, they've been teetering with a Lucid Motors merger. So they've been, back and forth. The rumor is that they're going to merge with Lucid Motors, this car company that is essentially Tesla 2.0 in a lot of people's minds. And, maybe just a better version of Tesla, for example. So, what happened today? Well, there was one big news announcement, and it was a 3-day weekend, which now I personally actually hate 3-day weekends because the stock market is closed. Imagine that, guys. Geez. Hate 3-day weekends. Who would have thought that? But over the 3-day weekend, we had Michael Colleen's brother reportedly bought a bunch of shares in CCIV. So that was reported and discovered over the weekend, which that definitely helped. When a family member of the main guy it buys shares in a company, it kind of tells you something, you're not supposed to tell. There's insider trading laws and things like that, but, stuff gets thrown around and, yeah, his brother bought it. And so what does that tell you guys? That means he probably knows something, right? But this also dropped. So the headline here, 33% after report says SPAC is nearing a deal to take EV maker Lucid Motors public. You can see the car. Generally, what happened is that we got a news report, Bloomberg, Portal, and then some other places reported that the deal is very close to being done. And the valuation of the company of Lucid Motors is down to $12 billion. That is huge news. That means that we are going to get more value out of our shares if the deal goes through. Originally, it was reported that the deal was valued at $15 billion. And then there was rumors that just because the stock price, CCIV, had skyrocketed so much that the negotiations might have actually gone the other way. And now they might be asking for, $30 billion as a valuation. But it looks like the deal has been around $12 billion. This is a huge, huge benefit for us as shareholders, and it definitely is warranting an increase in the stock price, in my opinion. So it says they're pretty much done with the deal, and they're just waiting on the money to be finished. So Michael Klein is the one who is, doing the SPAC. Churchill Capital is his SPAC, and he's trying to raise between 1 and 1.5 billion by selling shares in a PIPE. I don't know what PIPE is, but hey, he's trying to raise $1.5 billion. These funds would be an additional boost to the $2 billion that they already have. And yeah, so he's trying to put together a little bit more money to finish the deal out. I mean, at this point, that sounds like pretty easy, because it also goes into talk about he's successfully raised 1.6 billion for his 6th and 7th SPAC on Monday. So he has a lot of friends that have a lot of money, and yeah, just getting another 1.5 billion shouldn't be too hard, which that means this deal is almost done if the report is true, and it doesn't seem like there's any reason for the report to be inaccurate. So with all this news that came out, the brother buying in and this more institutional buyers, this thing skyrocketed once this report came out. So $37, $38 was pretty good actually, considering things last week. We ended the week, it looks like around $34, $35. So the $38 was kind of like, hey, more people, more institutions bought. The brother bought. And that was, yeah, we're pretty good, $38. But then boom, it was kind of like the announcement dropped like we're getting a deal, and we're getting a deal at a better valuation. That's kind of what happened. It wasn't officially done. They did publicly state that they cannot comment on the deal, like the whole we can't comment. And I think it's just legal stuff. Until they file the final paperwork to the SEC, they cannot be like, yeah, the deal's done. Like, they can get in a lot of trouble for saying that and not have actually written the paperwork and sent it in to the SEC. So once the SEC gets the paperwork, they can say everything and anything. And as other people pointed out, in Twitter detective world, they found videos of people talking about CCIV, Lucid Motors, and just, they couldn't hold back the smiles and the grins that they had when they were talking about this stuff. Anyway, so another thing that happened is once that dropped, the news on CCIV ended up actually on Twitter, obviously really, really quick because there's so much detectives on Twitter, but the CCIV tag, CCIV, got trending on Twitter. So this had about 25,000 tweets, and it was trending. It was like number 16 in America. So this is a huge publicity boost for them. And I do expect CCIV to be trending once again. So this is the original kind of Bloomberg portal right here. Agreed on the key terms of the deal. So that was highlighted there, and mainly the main reason why this thing just shot up, because it's like they agreed on the deal, now they're just waiting for the money. So, and they say the deal is going to be announced as early as this month. Again, this all looks incredibly promising, and all the detectives on Reddit, Twitter have actually done an incredible job with this, and pretty much told you this deal was done, a month ago. And actually, I take that back. Reddit actually hasn't been behind this. And that's another thing why this stock can go to the moon, literally. And I think $100 plus is not an exaggeration by any stretch of the means. Because Reddit has actually not been mentioning CCIV, because it's actually been a blocked topic. You could not post on Wall Street Bets, CCIV, the ticker symbol, or the words CCIV would actually auto get your post banned, removed from Wall Street Bets. So Reddit has not been influential, really, in pushing this. This has been Twitter and YouTube pushing this stock to the moon already, and we are seeing an incredible amount of value being produced in this stock. Like, it's insane. So let's talk about what we talked about the other time in our video and where we're at with our investments on this stuff. You just see the memes everywhere, and if you are a CCIV investor, you do want to jump on Twitter. I personally wasn't on Twitter really before. I never really used Twitter, but as you start learning about the power of Twitter and trending, you want to go up on Twitter and you want to click these little heart guys and give these guys like hearts, which help the Twitter algorithm thing or whatever, and helps get things trended. And also, if you see something that's really cool, you want to retweet it, which again will help the YouTube, Twitter algorithm thing, and get it trending on Twitter, which then gets more publicity and more press for this. So I'll go back, and I am a huge believer in what Mark Cuban said, is that when you have something and you want to sell it or promote it, you get loud. And getting loud on Twitter is retweeting and hearting all these little things. So doing this helps promote the CCIV. So go on Twitter and click on the little heart things and show off your gains, post your comments, post your projections of where things are going. And same thing, do YouTube videos and whatever. Like, any way that you can, you want to tell people about CCIV or any stock in general that, like, you think is great. Obviously you don't want a pump and dump type thing. But if you honestly believe the stock is great and a good value and it's something that people should hear about, like, tell the world, let them know. You do have to be careful on these things. That's why you have these disclosures and disclaimers and yada, yada, yada. But overall, like, yeah, you want people to realize this stock is great, and you are just letting people know. So you click these hearts, helps it get trending and so forth. All right, let's get into the juicy details now, what you guys have all been waiting for. And also people asked, hey, how much are you up on your thing? They asked me this on Friday, actually, and I told them I'm not up anything. And technically, I'm really not up anything either, because I still have not sold my shares / my call options that I have here. So you shouldn't get into the mindset of thinking that, yeah, you're up this much money until you actually sell your stuff. In my opinion, this is how I think. So technically, I would tell you, hey, how much you're up? I'm up nothing. I haven't sold anything. I haven't even got my money back because I haven't sold anything. So, but looking at the chart here, you can see where we are at and also the craziness that happened. So during the day, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., the $50 call option was only $1 and like 28 cents, 30 cents. So you could have bought this for $1, almost purely $1. I think it looked right here. 108 was the lowest price someone picked this up for. And literally within a few hours, whoosh, up to a high of 870, it looks like. 910. Oh my God, guys. So this went all the way up to 910. So you could have 9 times your money in a matter of, what, an hour? An hour and a half? Like, good God, 2 hours. You could have 9 times your money if you timed this perfectly. And if you had this foresight of knowing that what was happening, that something was dropping like this. This is insane, right? So this is why I told you, if you are going to gamble on something speculative, something crazy like a CCI Lucid Motors merger rumor, if you are gambling on the rumor of this, if this is a bet that you are willing to take, you should go into call options. Call options are the way, hands down. We touched upon this in this other video, so if you want to see why exactly it's the way, check out that other video. Now let's go look and see where we are at, where we are positioned. So we bought this at $2.85. We bought this several weeks ago, and now it's currently at $6.85. So it means we made a $4 profit per every one, and that's times 100, and then we actually have 85 of these things. So total profit is going to be roughly this $34,000 that we've made so far. But again, we still haven't actually made the profit because we have not sold this yet. Our equity is $58,000. So I don't really like to say that we've made $34,000 because I haven't actually seen the $34,000 in my bank, in my hand. I don't physically have $34,000 on top of what I put in. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I know people have been asking, and I do still believe, and I am going to hold until 219 or until like this $100 price point happens. So those are the two things that I am looking for. I'm looking for either the 219 to happen and these to, expire and then them being sold off / purchased, or I'm looking for the $100 price point to sell some of my contracts. I honestly believe that this company can get to $100+ before 219 if they announce officially that we are merging. We have done all the paperwork. It is official. CCIV, Lucid Motors are merging. If they come out and say that tomorrow, we could see $100 this week. I honestly believe that. I think we can see even higher than that, actually, because currently my original thesis was that when the announcement happens, we will see a 2 to 3 times increase in the stock price. So you can see the stock price is currently at $51.80. If we see a 2 times increase, that means we're going to go to $102 roughly. If we see a 3 times increase, that means we're going to go to $153. So that was my original price target. Whatever we are at share price, we could see a 2 to 3 times increase when they drop the official announcement. I do think that when the announcement happens, we'll see this spike up tremendously, and then we'll see a very big dip. So if it jumps to say 150, we're going to go to the absolute highest. It jumps to 150. I do think we will see a very sudden dip down to probably like 120, 130, 110, where people are taking a lot of profits. Because, I mean, it would be a little crazy if you didn't take profits if you bought in at $15 and then it went to $150. That's 10 extra money on shares. That's insane. And if you are playing options like we're doing here, the amount of money that you've made by going from, $40 to 150 on any option is astronomically insane. So you would be a complete idiot if you don't take some money off the table at that point if it went that high. Even right now, some people are already doing that, and they're saying that, well, $50 is so high that I'm going to take some money or I'm cashing out, which everyone has the right to do their own thing and invest at their own style. But me personally, if I am gambling, like I said in the other video, I'm YOLOing. I'm going all the way. I'm going for, $100 plus, or going to go to this 219, and maybe at like 218 if it was right before and there was no hope of a merger. Maybe I would sell for a few pennies or whatever, but more than not, I would actually just keep it and wait out that extra day, because what's the difference between if you can get like 5 pennies versus no pennies versus maybe getting, thousands of dollars. What's the difference there? I'd rather just take that risk. So overall, you always have to weigh risk versus reward on options and things like this, but I highly recommend you check out the other video to see where we got and how we factored in this. Roughly what it came out to is, my opinion was $100 is the price point, and if we had more than a 4% chance of getting to $100 before 219, this was a good bet. That's the way I looked at it. And I crunched numbers, math, and I figured out, yeah, there's definitely more than a 4% chance, in my opinion, that this stock would get to $100 by 219. So, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the support. Hopefully, you guys follow through on some of the CCIV action here, and you know, jumped in. Again, if not, no big deal. There's always going to be another stock, another deal out there that is waiting to be had. So if you missed out this one, it's okay. Like, I literally started picking stocks and doing stocks like 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So we had GameStop. I missed AMC. And then now we went into CCIV. Like, you see, even though I missed AMC, like, I'm not worried about, like, oh man, I missed AMC. I could have jumped in AMC. Like, I tried to jump into silver. Silver didn't work out. I tried to jump into cannabis. Cannabis didn't work out for me. So, like, you're gonna get some. You're gonna miss some. It's the risk versus reward proposition, and you just have to be willing to take those risks to make the big money. You can always just play it safe, too. Like, right now, PayPal is doing great. PayPal is an awesome stock. If you want to play safe, jump into PayPal. You know, again, disclosure, I do own PayPal stocks as well, so I have some safe stocks, not just everything is YOLO. So, yeah, it just depends on what you are looking for. If you want safe money, I highly recommend PayPal as a stock. I think that's a great company. They have a lot of upside, very, very little downside, and yeah. If you want YOLOs and things like that, you know, something like CCIV would be something. You could even still YOLO on this. Like, tomorrow there's going to be new call options. If you click on the view options, you'll see there's actually going to be more call options tomorrow. They already have them kind of preloaded here. They got $80 calls, $75 calls, 70 calls, $65 calls. So if you really want to YOLO and YOLO hard, you can buy some of these call options and give it a shot. You can also still just buy, you know, $50, $45, $40 call. These prices will probably be slightly different tomorrow because they are always adjusted and always changing. So, yeah, you know, judge that risk. Is it worthwhile? Do you think the stock will go up to 100 like me? Do you think it go to 150? Do you think it might go to 300? Do you think it's only going to go to 70? Do you think it's going to go to 40? Let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know your positions. And hopefully you guys had a great day in the stock market and in general. Stay safe and healthy. I will talk to you guys always later.